Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. If you saw last video, we spent 2 days out on the California Delta, winter Delta fishing, so to speak, and all we pretty much had to show for it was some baby striper, one crappie, and a foul hooked bluegill. As much as I'd love to go get some redemption or try to get some redemption, just not feeling it. I really would just like to get on some fish, get some bites, feel that tug at the end of the line, if you know what I'm saying. So we are not going to the Delta today. We're at Lake Berryessa. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to start catching fish just because we're at Lake Berryessa. You guys know exactly how Lake Berryessa has fished for us this past year. It's pretty much been hit or miss. But I will say something I've noticed over the past couple of years is that in December, when these water temps really start to cool down, we get out of that wacky fall time period where a lot of the fish are offshore, suspended, chasing bait. I've noticed that in December and even January, a percentage of the fish will start to hug the bottom, get more bottom oriented, and you can catch them on jigs, drop shots, stuff like that. Just a little bit easier to target, at least for me. That's the idea. That's the logic behind coming to Berryessa today and trying to get on some fish. Just gonna go out there for a day of fishing. It is about 8 o'clock. Got some fog, not much wind at all today. Should be a beautiful day. Boat's all ready. We'll get launched and put a day out on Lake Berryessa, see what happens. Alright, let's just get it started. Might as well. I think we'll probably start with an A-rig, but we've got, what, 9 rods with us today? A-rig, Huddleston, crappie jig, drop shot, spoon, crankbait, swim bait, topwater, jig. I'm thinking it's probably going to be between the A-rig and the jig, but you never know. Gotta have it all just in case. We will give that Huddleston a couple of tosses. I know it takes more than a couple of tosses to get bit on it, obviously. I don't know, I feel like every time I throw a big swim bait out here, it's like playing the lottery. You don't really expect to win, but still got a chance. I just don't play the lottery a whole lot. First cast. That was first cast. Jeez Louise. Oh my God, I'm making a mess of this. Maybe I should start playing the lottery. It's a pretty big one. Dang. Hope it's not the curse of the first cast. Okay. Thank you, sir. Not even gonna say anything. Was awesome. They're biting today. They're biting. Nice. See? No live scope. The old-fashioned way. Down imaging and side scan. funny, like they always follow it down. I don't know if that's a bass, but it's like every time you drop on one, you can at least see it follow it down. Just don't typically bite. I think the other one was in a school, like 2 or 3, so maybe they just got competitive and one ate it. Just got bumped. Dang it. Shoot. Looks like we got a long tapered point right here. Might be time to play the lottery. See if any giants are sitting up on it. Alright, let's play the lottery. Yep, that's why we call it the lottery. It's just a 1 in 10,000 chance that I'll get bit on it. Just because we're not throwing it that much, obviously, but I'm assuming even if we threw it all day, it'd still be like a 1 in 500 chance of getting bit. I don't know. Again, today, looking to just swing the rod. That's it. Feels like a little one. 3rd bite of the day though. On the rig. Oh, smallie. Actually, not bad at all. He's just swimming towards me. Alright, a little lull, but fish number 3. I think we gotta keep throwing some moving baits, A-rig, stuff like that with this fog, these low light conditions. You can see we've switched up our A-rig a little bit. We've kept the champ minnows on our hooks, so 3 hooks in California, but for our teasers we went to smaller little swim baits, little Kitex. Obviously look a lot different color and quite a bit smaller, so I don't know if that helps or not. It doesn't feel like I've really gotten any, you know, short strikes or teaser bites. Just felt like mixing it up today and it seems to have paid off so far. Right there. Oh shoot, rock. There we go. Jigfish. Smallie, alright. Little one. Man, what do we say we think we'd catch him on? Jig and A-rig? First steep rocky bank we've kind of come across, so felt jiggy. There we go. Hopping it. What we got? See, this is what we came for. Some rod bendage. Beautiful. Beautiful. I certainly could do this all day. So far, it doesn't really seem like a lot of these fish are deep. I'd say, on average, all these fish that we've been catching are in 15 to 20 foot. I mean, there could be massive concentrations of them. Schools are not deeper, but I don't know, this is kind of what I like doing, how I like catching them this time of year at least. Hard to beat a winter jig bite. held on those rocks. It feels like a little tick, a little bite. I get excited for that split second. Stuck on line for sure. That's line. I don't even know what this rig would have been. Those little beads. Put that in the trash. Fish. Didn't even know I had one. Ooh, it's a big one. Oh, there's a good one. Sorry, buddy. Little chunk. All right. I'll take that from you. Thank you, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to bounce you off my graph. Man, I missed a good jig bite. Such a fun way to catch him. He's casting up on that point right there, and I think again it was like maybe 18-20 foot right there. I think that's like one thing I've definitely tried to replicate, or at least figure out in the wintertime on these reservoirs, is not necessarily a bait. Well, a bait for sure, but I think one of the key parts of a pattern is a depth. Seems like if you can key in on a certain depth that they're relating to, you'll increase your odds of catching fish. And so far it seems like 18-20 foot, which is a depth I'm totally comfortable with. Definitely kind of a mushy bite though too. You're not feeling that like traditional thump on the jig. It's kind of like they're just sucking it in, and the line will just get heavy. Oh, there you go. Oh, that was a fish. Bit piece of the trailer off. This bite. I finally got a thumper bite. Looks good. Wow. This might be a big one. This might be a big one. Oh yeah, it's a big spot. I don't know if I can boat flip this one. It's a big old spot. Oh yeah. Look at that one right there. Dang, son. Yeah, buddy. Man. There's a fatty. Chokes the jig. Nice chunky fish. Man, bite's pretty good today, guys. Gotta appreciate days like this. Oh. That's fun. Cannot beat that. Oh. There we go. Oh gosh, man, these fish are good today. Really nice spot. Man, they're eating the jig today. Like, they are eating it. They're starting to get more aggressive, I feel like. Earlier it was kind of mushy, now it's aggressive. It's amazing, this lake, you know. As mentioned, it's been so hit or miss for me this year, and really that's the truth, because it seems like it's either amazing or terrible. And a couple of videos ago shows that, because we did a tournament recap of 2022, and 3 out of I don't know, 5 or 6 times we placed in the money, 3 of them were at Lake Berryessa, and those just happened to be the really good days. I mean, if you guys have followed the channel, you'll know that despite those 3 really good tournament days here at Lake Berryessa, we have had a lot of 1-2 fish skunk days here. I mean, there's been just some really bad days here. But as you can see, it's not like the fish disappeared. It's just they're tougher to catch. Today, they're a little bit more predictable. Ooh, God. That was a fish. Got it. Yeah, he tapped it twice. He let it go. That's so funny. I felt him eat it twice and let it go. Another solid one at least. Man, oh man. Seems like a lot of these bites now are kind of being a little bit more aggressive with that jig. Almost like teasing them. They just have to eat it. Oh no, he came off. Son of a gun. Shoot. There's a bunch with him right there too. You can see where I lost him. First lost fish of the day, can't complain. A bunch more, that's good. Oh man, there's fish here. There's some fish here. Getting a lot of bites and we can see them on the graph too. Look at that, just like we said, right in 20 foot or so. Man, they're loaded right here. Nice. You guys really want that jig, huh? That's like 4 bites in this little stretch, so that means there's a pile of fish down there. Oh, God! Popped it out of a rock. Oh, largemouth. Too much fun. Oh. Alright, we got the Berryessa Slam. Spot, smallie, largie. I think we even caught a meanmouth, so maybe the ultimate slam. Man, this is one of those great days that makes all those tough days worth it. Goodness gracious. I want to throw other baits, but why? They're eating the jig. Golly. Oh, something just, oh, there we go. They're just loaded on this bank. I mean, this rarely ever happens to me where you just run across a pile of them, but I will take it. Buddy's right underneath us actually. And before I throw you back, let me see if I can get your buddy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I hook into this fish. I still need to reel it in. Get out of here. I guess I should have held on to him for like 4 more seconds. Oh, it's a meanmouth. See, what's happened in the past here is you'll catch a fish or two and then the school will jam out, but it seems like these fish are here to stay. Oh man. Oh my golly. Yeah, a little one. A little guy, but we'll take him. You are so fun to catch. All right, one cast, and then I'm going back to the jig. Playing the lottery one last time. I mean, the Huddleston's basically a jig, right? It's just a giant trout instead of a jig. Taking on these rocks on the bottom. You can see these fish are on the bottom too. I guess that's how you'd want them to set up to have a chance at a Huddleston fish, right? Oh, man, they're just down there. I just want to catch them. I know some of you guys are disappointed in me for not throwing this more, but I just want to catch them. Yep, they just want the jig. Sir. And back down he goes. Hopefully he doesn't tell his friends. I'm not sure they really care though today either. Man, these are strong fish. You guys are fun. I won't deny that. Man, I think I actually had bass thumb for once. Can't remember the last time I had bass thumb. I missed it. I sure missed it. Oh, that's a good one. A fat one. There's some underneath me. Trying to catch his buddies. See if his buddy bites before I let him go. Get out of here. It's alright, you can tell on me. Doesn't seem to make a difference today. Like I said, some days it really feels like you catch one or two and you see them go back down to school and they just don't bite. It's like they really actually told the fish that they just got a hook in their mouth. I think I'm just making stuff up now, but whatever. Well, the bite does seem to have slowed down a little bit, but man, I cannot complain about that little stretch of fish. Whew. There we go. That was a mushy one. Didn't feel that one. Man, what do we got here? What do we got? Feels good. Yeah, look at the big spot of the day. Yeah, it's pretty fat. It's probably 2.5, 3 pounder. Yeah, look at the guts on these fish though. Just chunky. Alrighty folks, so that is going to do it for our day out on Lake Berryessa. Man, as much as I moan and groan about Lake Berryessa, it certainly does have its moments, and today was definitely a solid day out on the water. I know it's not just me, I think it's a lot of us out there, but we kind of have this plan every time we go fishing to a certain body of water or a certain time of year. History maybe, we have an idea as to what the fish should be doing, what we think they'll be biting, and I don't know, usually it's not quite exact that, maybe similar, and there's some other things that get bit, but I very rarely find found it where you go out to a place, even with history, certain times a year, that they do exactly what they're supposed to. Well, today was one of those just 1 in 100 days, I suppose, that we thought we should get bit on the A-rig and then the jig at a very stingy Lake Berryessa, mind you, and it worked. It worked. I mean, we had some foggy conditions this morning, cool air temps, cool water temps. Really a pretty morning, to be honest, but first cast with the A-rig, got bit. Was a little skeptical. It may have been the curse of the first cast, but that was not the case. Saw a couple on the graph with a jig, dropped down, boom, got a bite, had 2 fish within like the first 10 minutes. Had a little bit of a lull after that. Did pick up another A-rig fish, nothing of size, but when the fog started to go away, the sun started to come out, we picked up that jig. You guys know that little Kitech jig that we frequently use out on these deep reservoirs in the winter. We looked for some points, some steeper bank with some rock, and we got bit. Pretty much kept that locked in our hand the rest of the day. Seemed to be like they were positioned on points in about 15 to 20 foot of water, and it was consistent. We kept going with it, caught a few more nice ones along some steeper bank with some rock, and then we covered some new water and found one stretch, which today we'll deem the magical stretch. That stretch right there was absolutely loaded with fish. I'm not sure how many were down there, but they were all sitting in about 15 to 20 foot. Certainly had gotten a little bit warmer, and we went to town on them. Seemed to be snapping that jig, getting those fish to bite. Had a lot of fun. I'm not even sure exactly how many fish we caught out of that area, but it was a solid hour or so of just consistent catching. Bite died down after that. Caught a few more fish after that on the jig, but guys, I will not complain. I will take this day any day of the year, especially in the wintertime. So yeah, that is it. That's our day out on Lake Berryessa. Thumbs up. But as always, I thank you guys for watching, for coming along. Glad I can catch them for once in the video, and I will catch you guys in the next video.